I'm working on an album, and these 2 tracks are kind of the skeleton of what will be on my album. So it's all original music, and we usually have a band by the name of Arte Canela, but for this project I think we just focus a little bit on the guitar. The inspiration for the album and for that track is basically our growing up on Johnston Street in Fitzroy. It's based on an alegrías, which is a palo in flamenco, and it's basically alegrías is happiness, and that kind of shows it's inspired by the happiness and good times we had in Johnston Street during our childhood.
Yeah, we grew up there. We were little kids, like 6 years old. We were still going there until 2 years ago, really. It was like, yeah, it was really good times, Johnston Street.
It was a crazy time. A lot of music, a lot of flamenco there.
Yeah.
It's really one of the epicenters of flamenco in the country.
Yeah.
I've known Richard and Johnny probably since I was a teenager. I would have been about 16, 17 years old when I met both of them. And I moved to Melbourne when I was 19. So it's well over 15 years now. The reason why I moved down to Melbourne was specifically because I wanted to work with Richard and Johnny Tedesco. And here I am.
Here you are 2 years later. I would like to see flamenco guitarists go the route of flamenco guitarists, which is playing for dancers, playing in dance classes. That's where flamenco guitarists get their chops up, their rhythms, and not only that, but their expression, how they interact with different flamencos. Because I think what tends to happen is a lot of flamenco guitarists, they just want to be soloists, or they just want to play flamenco on their own.
Working with dancers, you develop a stronger sense of rhythm. Learning their choreographies and these kinds of things, it builds your rhythm, it builds your connection with the music. And I think that's super, super important. It's like dancers have to almost do the reverse with guitarists. So they have to learn what guitarists are doing. This is how this language is brought together in flamenco. It's this combination of things. It's not one or the other. Can't be.
Mi primer profesor fue Manolo Varela, o Manolo Jaén, y tenía 9 años. Yo empecé con mi primo, Ricardo, que ahora él está en Madrid, y no es guitarrista, pero eso fue... con Manolo tenía mucha información, era un pedazo de maestro, un pedazo de músico, un pedazo de flamenco. Y yo empecé así, de verdad, vamos, que con las técnicas, y era muy estricto, pero con sabiduría, ¿no? Y así empecé yo, con 9 añitos, casi todos los días, ahí por la Johnson, ahí me acuerdo que iba, el segundo tema, que se llama El Nido, era una cafetería de 24 horas. Y ahí trabajaba Manolo también, y también trabajó mi padre. Y ese en Fitzroy, en la Johnson. Y eso era donde a mí me daban las clases, me metía ahí con todo, a cualquier hora de la noche, sacar la guitarra, estar sentado ahí, y mira, haz esto. Y ahí se sentaba cualquiera, ahí venía todos los colgados ahí de Fitzroy, ¿no? Se sentaba mientras que yo iba haciendo la clase, ¿no? Y Manolo estaba detrás del mostrador, y en esos tiempos ese sitio era un sitio muy, muy especial, ¿no? Era una flipada de sitio. Antes que el gambling era legal, cuando el gambling era illegal, había ciertos sitios que se metían la gente que hacían gambling. Y eso era unos personajes que no vean. Yeah. Muy flamenco.
Bye.